Ahoy sailors and welcome back aboard Sky Princess. In today's video we're stepping off the ship and into paradise as we explore one of the Caribbean's most iconic destinations, Grand Cayman, and at the heart of it all, the world famous 7 Mile Beach. Whether you're here for the soft white sand, the turquoise waters, or just a perfect beach day during your cruise stop, this is the place you don't want to miss. So grab your towel, swimsuit and sun cream and let's dive in. Grand Cayman's the largest of the 3 Cayman Islands, the self-governing British Overseas Territory. The islands lie in the Caribbean Sea with Cuba and Jamaica to the north and east, and Honduras, Belize and Mexico to the south and west. The capital, as well as being the cruise port, is Georgetown on the island's west coast.
Well, new day, new port. Welcome to Georgetown in the Cayman Islands.
Georgetown is a tender port, so passengers are ferried over in small boats to land. Although this line might look awful, it was actually well organised and really quick to get ashore, with the whole process taking around 20 minutes or so. Stepping off the tender and the port area is a hive of activity. Touts, shop vendors, street food, tour companies, you name it, it's there. Outside of the port area, and there's really not that much to see in Georgetown. It's a local town for local people. There are plenty of restaurants and some shops around now. One point of interest is Fort George, which stood in the centre of town from 1790 until the latter half of the 20th century when it was partially demolished, but also fell into disrepair and natural decay. A replica of the World War II lookout post though marks the spot in town on which it stood. If you plan on walking to 7 Mile Beach, be prepared for a bit of a trek as it's a couple of miles from the cruise port. Taxis are easy to get, but I want to put a big shout out to the public bus network, which links Georgetown to various stops up the beach in a matter of minutes. You can flag buses down on the road or wait at designated stops, and a one-way fare costs $2.50 per person. There's also a bus station in the centre of Georgetown too, so even when you're coming back, it's easy to make your way back to the cruise port. 7 Mile Beach is a vision of biscuit-coloured sand, turquoise water and bright blue skies. We were dropped off at the West Bay Public Beach bus stop around 8 kilometres north of the cruise port after a 10-minute journey. A fun fact, 7 Mile Beach isn't actually 7 miles long. Because of erosion, natural landscape changes and development, it's actually more like 5.5 miles long. Still, it's 5.5 miles of stunning shoreline, so there's nothing better to do than throw a towel down on the sand and soak up the laid-back Caribbean beach vibes. We walked a couple of 100 metres down the beach from the West Bay Public Beach bus stop to find a really nice quiet spot, and that's exactly what we found.
Time for a swim.
Here's a fun fact, Grand Cayman doesn't have any rivers, so the water quality and visibility is excellent. The water temperature stays between 23 and 29 degrees Celsius all year round, making it ideal for swimming, snorkeling and water sports. Although visibility was excellent where we were, you'd be disappointed if snorkeling as there really wasn't much to see this way, but other parts of the beach have coral reefs that you can snorkel. Midday temperatures were pushing over 30 degrees Celsius, which is the norm for Grand Cayman, so a swim was really refreshing. With an all-aboard time of 4 PM and having to take the tender into consideration, I took a leisurely walk along the beach. The beach is backed by high-end hotels that lead all the way back into Georgetown. Some have beach bars and restaurants that lead straight onto the sands for a spot of lunch. Soon enough though, I started to run out of beach.
7 Mile Beach, completed it.
I'd planned to walk all the way to the cruise port, but time was really running out. I said goodbye to paradise and hopped on a quick 5-minute bus ride into town. I'd just beaten the crowds returning from organised excursions, so the wait for a tender wasn't too long either. If you don't fancy an excursion and want a lazy beach day on your next Caribbean cruise, then 7 Mile Beach is the ideal spot to have one. The sand, sea, swimming and lunch opportunities are all fantastic. Better yet, it's super easy to get to, being just 10 minutes by public bus from the cruise port, and this gives you the opportunity, quite literally, to rub shoulders with the locals. It's cheap transport too. Let me know in the comments, have you been to 7 Mile Beach? If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button or subscribe for more travel content. Thanks for watching, see you again soon.